go now to aviation attorney Sal Lagonia. Sal, thank you for being with us. Let's first talk about what we're seeing on the video.
Hey guys, why did that Philadelphia aircraft come down so fast? I don't know if you've seen the clip or not, but here's aviation attorney Sal Lagonia. He's trying to unpack what's going on here.
We'll keep playing this, and that is the actual missile-like descent that we just showed it on the screen, and then explosion when it hits. What can you glean from that video?
I think I've watched that video over and over, maybe about 100 times already now. And the one thing that really stands out is the angle of descent. That thing is coming down, like you said, it's like a rocket. I first thought that may have been what hit Philadelphia until we realized it was an airplane. Airplanes, it's hard to do that with an airplane. As short and stubby as the wings are on a Learjet 55, you still have that ability to move forward with a plane on the most circumstances. The word catastrophic has been bandied about all night. That had to happen on board, whether it was catastrophic engine failure in both engines, in which case you would have expected that there would have been a mayday call, but listening to the tape of the tower, there was no mayday call. Or some kind of fuel exhaustion or fuel, it wouldn't have been fuel exhaustion, but it would have been fuel contamination that took both engines out at the same time. And then we get into the type of aircraft it is. It's a medevac aircraft, which has oxygen on board. My understanding that the police have found at least one oxygen tank far away from the scene. That could indicate that it came out of the aircraft while the aircraft was descending from 1,600 feet. It wasn't up that high.
Well, it was at 1,600 feet, then dropping, 2,400 feet per minute, as you said, shooting down to earth like a rocket. You can almost see it's traveling at this high speed, full throttle, nose down. Do you see a possibility of maybe a stall, and would that result in that trajectory or no?
I agree with the other guests. I think that's highly unlikely. I think there's something much more going on before the plane starts down. It really is out of control. You could see it. You could see something venting out of the plane as it's coming down if you look closely. And then finally, when it hits the ground, it makes that huge explosion. Why? Because it's full of fuel. It's starting its trip back to Springfield. And so there's a lot of fuel on board, almost 1,000 gallons of fuel. And that's going to hit. Any spark is going to create an explosion, the likes of what we saw. And yeah, there were low cloud covers, so that's going to make the explosion look even worse. But frankly, you're looking at the amount of fires in the area. That's from the airplane hitting the ground so hard that its fuel is spraying out and hitting the mall, hitting the cars that are in the vicinity. And there were, I think, 3 houses also that were on fire.
So would you say that the more likely scenario is that the airplane was in a nose down, at altitude with full throttles based on that velocity? And how could that happen?
Well,
what scenario would cause that?
Well, not necessarily full throttle, because if it's starting to fall, it's going to start picking up speed just from gravity. But what could cause it, there's a whole host of things. And as I went through my usual list of trying to figure out what could have happened normally, what do we normally see when we have an accident like this? There are so many things that I couldn't check off yet because we don't know enough quite yet. We've got to get more information. It's going to be hard in this case because the aircraft itself is consumed in the fire. The NTSB is going to have their work cut out for them. But one of the first things they'll do is they'll try to find the footprint of the airplane, find out where the left wing is, where the right wing is, where all these things landed, and where they land sometimes can help them determine how fast it was coming down and how much force there was used prior to the descent that we saw.
Yeah. Well, I want to give an update. The mayor of Philly said they don't have any information on the fatalities. The mayor says everyone should stay away from the scene. She confirmed what we all know, that we lost an aircraft. We don't have any further information. If you see debris, call 911, which I think is good advice. As I mentioned, President Trump has commented publicly on Truth Social, quote, "So sad to see the plane go down in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. More innocent souls are lost. Our people are totally engaged. First responders are already being given credit for doing a great job. More to follow. God bless you all." It's always sad to see something like this, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, and I'm glad to see President Trump is out in front of this, and Duffy is involved, Secretary Duffy. It's good to get the higher ups out there, be the point people, put people on, give them some confidence in the aviation system. After the couple of days that we've just had, it's a little hard to do that, but aviation is safe. These two incidents are not related. These two incidents are very different, and when we get to the bottom of it, and we will. That's what makes aviation so safe. We have the NTSB. They will give us a probable cause at some point when they can and when they're sure of all the evidence. And that's going to make aviation even safer. We have, as aviators, we have an obligation to do that for the people after us.
Such a sad tragedy there, of course. Guys, we continue to pray for the families of those involved. You know, as I'm watching that clip, I'm thinking, why'd the plane drop so fast? And why was there no mayday call? Still, I feel like we don't have the answers, but the lack of distress communication raises some serious questions. I mean, was there a mechanical failure? Was the pilot incapacitated? Maybe it was something else. I don't know. Guys, I do want to say I appreciate everybody for watching this video all the way to this point. If you don't mind leaving a like, a thumbs up like, it really helps out with the channel. So I appreciate everybody for doing that. And subscribe, guys. Join the community. I'm going to give you all as many updates as I can surrounding all of these events that are happening right now around aviation. It's kind of crazy what's happening right now. And I know that these events may seem unrelated. I just don't understand what's going on. But is the government and aviation authorities giving us the full truth? That's what I'm most concerned about here, because too often, and y'all know, we see these bureaucratic agencies slow the release of crucial details for no reason. The public deserves full transparency, and that's what we're calling for. I know the NTSB has a tough job ahead, but will they be fully transparent with their findings? After all these recent aviation incidents, trust in regulatory agencies is already fragile. They need to make sure that they release everything. Now, President Trump, he responded quickly. And that really brings up the question again. And I know I keep making jabs at the previous administration, but Biden never would have done that. Leadership matters in times of crisis. And while Trump immediately acknowledged the tragedy, the previous administration's response seemed to me like it was delayed and muted. Media, though, now watch this, guys, because as we watch all this, as we watch everything that's happening right now in the media, watch out, because the media was going to be super quick to push some narratives. They always do. But will they report the facts, or are they going to spin the story? That's yet to be seen. So when these disasters happen, we've got to be wary of the mainstream media shaping the narrative instead of simply reporting the truth. And 100%, that's why I started this channel, guys, was to bring you the truth and to bring you that conservative Christian perspective on what is happening in this world. Again, guys, continue to pray for the families. You know, hearts go out to them with these tragedies that are happening right now in our country and in the world of aviation. We just hope that nothing else happens. Like, this is the end. Hopefully, we can pick ourselves up and move forward. You know, hopefully they figure out what happened with these incidents to make aviation just a little bit more safe. All right, guys, y'all have a great rest of your day. I'll keep you updated, so make sure you're subscribed. Take it easy. Bye.